Now let's talk about the gear that you possibly are going to be wearing, depending upon what type of exposure we're talking about. So again, we'll go back over them. There is the imaginary exposure, which goes and uses your imagination. There is the in vivo exposure, which is real life exposure towards an object. There is the final one that's in between, there is the virtual reality and augmented reality exposure therapy. And what that means, and I'll get specific on this. So the virtual reality exposure therapy is where they have taken that world and they have digitized it, whatever that world might be. And this will allow you to do 360-degree up and down. It tracks movement, orientation, XYZ axis. It tracks your very movement. And with the virtual reality exposure therapy, but with the virtual reality, what we're aiming for is to have you be immersed into that world in a digitized way. So there are a few programs that we would use that take you directly into that world. Then there's something called augmented reality exposure therapy. Now, augmented, if you listen to it, is augmenting reality. So that's that piece that has the ability to take, let's say, if I'm right here and you're seeing me, then right here with augmented reality, we could put this little dragon on my shoulders. So when you put this on, first you see me, but then when we click it, you would see the dragon and me as if you're looking through a camera. And you could walk around, you could see that there's different angles of me and the dragon, look above, you can get real close, you could put your finger very close to it and almost on it. Now granted, if you put your finger through it, obviously it doesn't exist. But the headset that we have will track that. Well, let's turn it on. So that's augmented reality. And then sometimes, without being too blurry here, sometimes there's what they call mixed reality, which takes augmented and virtual and makes them collide. Meaning that you walk in from augmented reality into the virtual world and it shares those two. So as best as they can with their verbiage, they said that's mixed reality. So we have a couple of programs on here to do what we needed to do. However, this is the gear that you would be wearing, and sometimes there might be dual exposure where I am in there too, being able to see what you're seeing, as well as we can have it on the monitor. So this is what you would see if one of us were wearing, be it you or me. This is what you would be seeing with a person. Now, it looks like that I am looking over here, but I'm really still looking at you, so on and so forth. They have these three lenses here, and it gets pretty good in terms of tracking, and I'll be able to show you with the recording. In fact, yeah, we'll do that for a little bit later, but I'll show you through the recording of what it is that you'll be seeing. So anyway, mess up my hair here. So that's a little bit of the gear that you will have if you do anything with virtual or augmented or mixed. So anyway, I'll show you specifically through my eyes what you'll be seeing and what you can possibly do with it. So again, thank you for joining and listening, and I'll see you in another video.